Alright, mic check. 1, 2, 3. We're live. We are live. Alright, hold on so you can see me. Can you see me? Is chat on? Is chat on? I can't tell. It looks like it's on. Okay. Let's refresh that. Alrighty. Are we live? What's going on? Are we live? Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's your friend old PacLives here in Oklahoma. Don't worry, I still got my fire distinguisher. See, what those do, guys, is they distinguish fires. Is it a good fire? Is it a bad fire? Your fire distinguisher is going to let you know. He's going to keep you true. So don't ever stray from that. Anyways, tonight we've got a lot of mysteries for you folks, for you fine folks out there. Anyways, let me know what your favorite mystery is, or not favorite, but most intrigued mystery. On the top of the list always, which I'm trying to put together videos of those guys, but I got some new programs, and I've only purchased them for 30 days. So if you want to help me out, go over to the Patreon or donate via PayPal or Cash App. Can't pay you back. I will owe you so much, but you'll be helping me buy more time with this new equipment, new software programs that I got. They're really cool. I think you guys will like the videos. I've been meaning to put a lot more content out. I apologize that I haven't been able to. But let me know what your mysteries, some of your most intriguing favorite mysteries are. Like I was just saying, top of the list for me would definitely have to be the, what was it, MH370, the flight that disappeared. And then, if you don't know, was that the one where, allegedly, years later, they supposedly found a black box or someone's cell phone or something, or wasn't it like someone had sent out the text message, and then years later, because of frequencies or whatever, it bounced off and it finally landed on who was supposed to receive it, or someone random. I don't know, but I remember one of the things was supposedly a video from one of the phones, the MH70 people, if I'm remembering right. Or no, it was a picture, and it was complete darkness. And then there was another one with, there was like coordinates or something like that, a ping of some kind. So that's one of my favorite mysteries of all time, because allegedly there's one faction of people that believe the plane was derailed and taken by an arm of the government, a branch of the government. And then there's another arm of people who believe that it was taken and derailed by extraterrestrial life, entities out there. Oh, you don't care? Anyways, I want to give a big thank you and a shout out to everyone who's donated and helped the channel. Thank you to all the current and past Patreon patrons. I love you all so much. We're meaning to relaunch that. I thought I had a girlfriend, guys, for about 2 seconds, and I was actually going to have her help me with the channel. That didn't happen, though. Her loss. Who's with me? Anyone in chat? Pound that. That's her loss, dude. I ain't even sweating it, bro. I'm out here just doing me. Okay. You ever see those people go, do you? What? Well, thanks for the advice. I go to your buddy. Hey, man, I'm really down. I think I need some advice. Well, just do you, bro. Oh, okay. I didn't think of that. Ooh, getting me mad. Who needs enemies when you got friends like that? Who needs enemies when you got friends that are like, I don't know, man, just do you. Okay. Anyways, guys, there's many mysteries out in this big, giant earth world, okay? And I actually have been set up with a thing that's supposed to make the internet run better and make these live streams better. So it's been green the whole time, which is beautiful. But they promised me super fast, and this is just a little better. But I'm not going to complain. Don't. So you guys let me know if it's coming in good for you. I'm going to play a mystery video right now, filled with fantastical mysteries. Some videos we cover. I think there's a video on the Somerton man that I made. It got flagged, and not flagged, but you guys know when like a video gets restricted. You know, it's like, oh, you said something you're not supposed to, or whatever. It gets restricted. It means, you know, it's kind of dead in the water unless you're like PewDiePie, and, you know, you can still have people see it somehow. So this video, the Somerton man video, I believe got restricted. So I had to go recut out some pictures or whatever it was that I thought was the offensive thing. They never told me the offending, you know, thing. So please exercise the warning in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let me be clear. Don't be a little punk ass little bitch, you know. But warning, you know, this is grown folks time. Me and Pepper are both grown-ups. No little babies allowed, okay? All the little babies, no offense. We love the little babies. Sweet little innocent little babies. But this ain't your time. This is grown-up time. This is daddy time. Mystery time. Okay. Anyways, guys, let's check out this mystery video, and then we'll come back and talk, and maybe some people will come in and comment, and we'll say what's up, and they'll let me know if the internet's coming in good or bad. Alright, guys, I love you. We'll be right back. You guys know I spent countless hours making these videos, so if you've seen them before, don't be a little baby. You know, don't be a little baby and click away. Oh, I'm leaving. I've seen this before. Ungrateful. Don't be telling me in chat, hey, I've seen this like 4 times. Ungrateful. I love you guys. You're so great. We'll see when we come back. 2 and 2. You guys remember Love Connection? We'll be back in 2 and 2. And they said he did that for, that was like had 2 minutes and 20 seconds or something. I don't know, dude. What am I, a rocket scientist? You don't know. You don't know what I am, dude. Don't judge me, and don't tell me what I can do and what I can't do. You know? Don't tell me what I am. I am whatever I say I am. And if I wasn't, why would I say I am? The news, the papers, every day I'm not. I don't know. That's just the way I am. You know what I'm saying? That's my version, because I'm not famous. It's real out here in the field, guys. I love you guys. I'm just ranting, and we're having a good time tonight. These are some mysteries I wanted to delve deep into. We're going to come back to even more mysteries, believe it or not, live with you and all the great folks. Check out these videos I worked really hard on. Like I said, please don't be a jerk and complain. If you've seen them before, just sit there. Okay? Give me a like. Help the channel. I'm a jerk tonight, ain't I, guys? I'm sorry. I love you guys so much. I'm joking around with you. Check these videos out, that for real. It could get scary in here, okay? So that's why I'm kind of trying to keep the mood light, okay? It's just like, you guys ever seen those movies by Key and Peele's? You know, that Key and Us and Get Out, and what's the other one? But, you know, Key and Peele's direct that, right? So that's just the beauty of it, okay? They're comic geniuses. They're some of the funniest guys around, in my opinion. And then what do? They go turn it all the other way, and they start making scary thriller movies. Some of the best, you know? So that's what we're working with tonight, okay? During the live part here, when I'm doing a little banter, having a little fun with you, it's just to soften you up for when the realness kicks in, and you're not going to be laughing no more. All right? Mark my words. Mark them in on a paper. Send it, lick it, send it, and stick it. We'll be right back, guys. I love you, though, for real. I worked really hard on these videos. I hope you like it. Hey, what up, Tavia? How you doing, beautiful? We're just chilling some videos. I got a new internet setup, Tavia, so let me know how it's coming in. It's supposed to be way better than the old, you know? So out with the old, in with the new. Out with the red, in with the blue. I could rhyme all day. You want me to keep going, Tavia, or should we show these videos? I love you guys. We'll be right back. PacLives subscribers, the most loved subscribers in the whole earth world. Tavia, did you even know that, Tavia? Tavia, of course Tavia knew that, but everyone else didn't know that. I love you guys. I'm not really this annoying. I'm just joking. Like, man, I want to like him. He's just very annoying. Hey, man. All right, check these mysteries out, and then Mr. Know-It-All, check these, you know. I love you, Tavia. We'll be back. 2 and 2.
Mr. Ford, what about flying saucers? You've had some in Michigan in the past. week. Do you really believe in flying saucers? You've called for a congressional investigation. Dave, we've had several incidents in Michigan in the last week, incidents that many reliable, good citizens felt were sufficient to justify some action by our government, and not the kind of flippant answer that was given by the Air Force where they passed it off as a swamp gas.
The Congress should investigate the rash of reported sightings of unidentified flying objects in southern Michigan and other parts of the country.
They caused such panic that President Truman was forced to speak about them publicly. In a few short years, UFOs had reached the highest office in the land.
Oh yes, we discussed it at every conference that we had with the military. There's always things like that going on. Flying saucers, and we've had other things, you know, if I'm not mistaken.
Schoolyard with about 20 other men, and we saw a bright light appear in the distant western skies, and it got closer and closer, and when it was just above the treetops, it changed color, and it stayed there for a while, and then it disappeared into the distance, and none of us could ever imagine what it was.
Now that we know there are not hundreds, not millions, but billions of other solar systems out there, thanks to the Hubble telescope and what we know about black holes in the universe and all of that, the dimensions of physics are such that I would be quite surprised if in the lifetime of people that are no older than 30 here, we don't discover some form of life in another universe. So I think there are lots of interesting discoveries, biological, on Earth, and other discoveries in the heavens that those of you who are younger will get to see unfold. You'll have all kind of problems with them, but on balance it'll be a plus. And it'll make life much more interesting.
Well, 2008 contender Dennis Kucinich made some headlines at this week's Democratic debate when Tim Russert asked him this question.
The godmother of your daughter, Shirley MacLaine, writes in her new book that you sighted a UFO over her home in Washington State. Did you see a UFO?
I did, and the rest of the account, it was unidentified flying object, okay? It's like, it's unidentified. I saw something now.
Well, he's at 1% in the latest Gallup poll, so it's really not likely that that honesty is going to do much damage. But consider this, if he were to actually win, he would not be the first commander-in-chief to claim a close encounter of the third kind. Jimmy Carter said he saw a UFO back in 1969. He pledged during his 1976 campaign to make every piece of information this country has about UFO sightings available to the public. That never happened. In a speech back in 1985, Ronald Reagan told Russia's President Gorbachev that they would put aside their differences, quote, if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species from another planet outside in the universe. And even Bill Clinton has expressed an interest in UFOs.
President Obama says that there is footage and records of objects in the skies, these unidentified aerial phenomenon, and he says we don't know exactly what they are. What do you think that it is?
I would ask him again. Thank you.
Ukraine's astronomers report that they have been seeing UFOs everywhere. September 14, 2022. An ongoing research effort to observe and document UAPs over Ukraine has reportedly turned up quite a lot of sightings. The study, which is being conducted by astronomers from the Main Astronomical Observatory, MAO, of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, has been using two meteor stations situated in Kyiv and Vinarivka village to scour the heavens for anything strange or unusual. Given that Ukraine is a war zone, it is perhaps not unexpected that there should be a lot of planes, drones and other aerial vehicles frequenting the skies over the country, but as it turns out, the researchers have been documenting a significant number of objects whose nature is not clear. The paper's authors describe two categories of UAP, cosmics, which are very luminous objects brighter than the sky, and phantoms, very dark objects that appear black against the sky. These objects were detected numerous times, often in groups of several at a time. The researchers also recorded some of them moving at considerable speeds. Flights of single, Group and squadrons of the ships were detected, moving at speeds from 3 to 15 degrees per second, they wrote. Some bright objects exhibit regular brightness variability in the range of 10 to 20 Hz. Two side observations of UAPs at a base of 120 km with two synchronized cameras allowed the detection of a variable object, at an altitude of 1,170 km. It flashes for 1/100th of a second at an average of 20 Hz. Phantoms are observed in the troposphere at distances up to 10 to 12 km. We estimate their size from 3 to 12 meters and speeds up to 15 km per second. The report has led to speculation that some of these objects are being operated by foreign powers such as China and could be secretive black projects that nobody currently knows anything about. Given events in Ukraine, it is not outside the realms of possibility that China could be operating such vehicles there. It's also possible that these are secretive vehicles operated by the US. Whatever the case, it seems to have Ukraine's researchers quite intrigued.
Ukrainian astronomers have observed unidentified flying objects, UFOs, filling the skies of Kyiv. According to astronomers, the UFOs have been detected from two meteor observation stations. One in Kyiv and another in the nearby village of Vinarivka. However, U.S. intelligence agencies said these flying objects are too fleeting to identify. And pointed to the use of aircraft and drones being used in the ongoing Ukraine war. Until now, the reports have not yet been reviewed in the study. So, astronomers have no idea what all it is.
Russia claims to have shot down a UFO over Rostov Oblast. January 6, 2023, by T.K. Randall. The governor of the region has claimed that local forces have shot down a mysterious spherical object. The alleged incident, which occurred January 3rd, reportedly involved Russian forces in the region shooting down an unidentified object over Sultan Sala in Rostov Oblast, Mayanskoye district. According to Governor Vasily Golubev, the, quote, small-sized object in the shape of a ball, unquote, had been spotted flying in the wind, and that the decision had been made to liquidate it. Quote, I urge everyone to remain calm, unquote, he was quoted as saying. To ensure security, all forces and means are involved. The sky is covered with anti-aircraft defenses. To further add to the mystery, an alleged video of the incident has also emerged, showing an unidentified object exploding in the night sky after being hit by what looks like a missile. You can check out the footage yourself. Alright guys, so let's check out this video, and you let me know what you think in the comments.
Okay guys, I just wanted to give you a real quick update on the story that just broke a few hours ago about the Russians that they have claimed that they have shot down a UFO. This event took place on January the 3rd, 2023, and man, it's a pretty wild claim. But the reason why I wanted to give you the update is because I came across some footage. Now, the footage that you're about to see, it's three different angles. So guys, let's take a look at the footage and we'll just have a quick chat afterwards.
Смотри, еще одна пошла. Сорвалась.
So guys, here's what I know about this story. Again, like I said before, this allegedly took place on January the 3rd, 2023. And this footage is what they're saying the event is from. Now, what we can see in the footage is some sort of rocket or missile being fired into the sky. And then we can see it hit an object, to which this object just burns out. Now, although they are reporting it as a UFO, we have to take the UFO acronym literally, that it is an unidentified flying object. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's an alien craft. It could also mean that it's some sort of object that they haven't identified. It could be a drone. It could be many things. But guys, here's the footage, here's the update, and I hope you enjoy. So until next time, stay blessed and keep safe.
Underground entrances to Area 51 discovered. An eagle-eyed Google Earth user has identified what appear to be several underground tunnel entrances. Let's take a look at the video. Alright, the first story I got for you. I hope you enjoy this new little format. I'm making the videos. I hope everyone on TikTok doesn't mind it. Anyways, I have a real interesting video for you, and it's about, maybe you never heard about it, maybe you have heard about it, but it's about archaeologists have uncovered a 100-year-old watch in a tomb believed to have been undisturbed for 400 years. And certain people, whistleblowers, truth tellers, whatever you want to call them, certain people have talked about this as proof of time travel, that a government time traveler, they're known as chrononauts, was sent back to do this. So I'll let you be the judge. You let me know what you think in the comments. We'll check this story out. The mysterious timepiece was encrusted in mud and rock and had stopped at 10:06 a.m. Watches were not around at the time of the Ming Dynasty, and Switzerland did not even exist as a country, an expert pointed out. The archaeologists were filming a documentary with two journalists when they made the puzzling discovery. Quote, "We tried to remove the soil wrapped around the coffin. Suddenly a piece of rock dropped off and hit the ground with a metallic sound," said Zhang Yimyu, former curator of the Guangxi Museum. "We picked up the object and found it was a ring. After removing the covering soil and examining it further, we were shocked to see it was a watch," he added. The Ming Dynasty, or the Empire of the Great Ming, was the ruling dynasty in China from 1368 to 1644. So that's very interesting. Let's take a look at that watch. Like I said, you guys be the judge and let me know what you think. Yeah, so here's the watch. Alright, thank you for checking this one out.
We're here to talk about the end of the world. We stand on the brink of Armageddon, diseases for which we have no cure. Fundamentalist states who call for our destruction, nuclear powers over which we have no control. And even if we navigate these dangerous waters, we face other, even more inevitable threats. Global warming will melt the polarized gaps within 80 years, flooding 90% of all habitable areas on Earth. Unchecked population growth will overtake food production in less than 50 years, leading to famine and war. This is not conjecture. This is fact. One way or another, our world is coming to an end. And the question is, will we end with it? What do you propose? I propose that we end the world, but on our terms. An orchestrated apocalypse. One that will cleanse the earth of its population but leave its infrastructure and resources intact. It's been done once before, with great success. The chosen few will ride out the storm, not in an ark as in the book of Genesis, but in safety, underground. And when it's over, we will emerge onto a cleansed earth, one that we can then reboot in our image.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Tavia Medlin, Tracy Cordova. Hope y'all are having a great night. Hope you can hear me. Hopefully it's coming in good for you. We're not having none of that lag problems from the past. That's the old me. You know what I'm saying? That's Marshmallow. That's my old original. I'm the clone. You see what I did there? Okay. All right, guys. More mysteries. Like I said, comment what your most favoriteest, intrigued, mystery you've got or you can think of. Like I was talking about before we watched the mystery video just now. That what is it? Flight what was it? MH370 or something. The one that disappeared, and then they got allegedly texts or whatever from it years later. That's really intriguing. Thank you, Tracy. Love you too. Alright, guys, so before we go, this was kind of a test. I just got a new setup. Trace, Tavia, let me know if it came in okay for you, if everything, you can hear everything okay, see everything okay, no lagging, none of that. And if it keeps up good like this, I think I can stream video games again. I don't know if you, Tracy and Tavia and anybody else, that was your favorite. It probably wasn't your favorite thing when I did video games, but I like to, be with you guys every day if I could. And that was a way I could, have content every day. Was I could release a video every day or two, and then I could stream every day or two, and then most of the time I would be with you guys almost every day, and it'd give me a day or two off if you guys are cool with that. So I hope you don't mind that. I'll try to bring you good live streams, good content. I know you guys' time is very valuable. Oh, that's great to hear, Tracy. Well, let me know what you guys' favorite mysteries are. We're going to talk about some well-known mysteries and some not so well-known mysteries right now. We're going to actually 3 of them, and 2 of them you may have heard of. I actually did a video on one of them. Like I told you guys, it got what do they call that? Struck or flagged or whatever, and it just was demonetized and said it would do that warning where it would be like, "Are you 18 years old?" or make you sign in or whatever it is. Which can hurt a video, especially someone, on a littler channel like ours. We're not, freaking Smosh, and them. I just name random YouTubers. But, anyways, moving on. 2 of the mysteries you may have heard of. One of them is the Somerton man. Like I said, I made a video on that. And then the second one is Eliza Lamb. And I think on the title I put Eliza Lamb. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to put a Z. That was an accident. But the third one you may have never heard of, and it is, what do they call it? The Great Bombing in New York in 1920 or something like that. But it was unheard of. It's like if you, we'll read the story, but it felt like to me like, if you believe in all this crazy advanced technology, like we do, we tend to. It just feels like a guy from our time found a way to go back there and then did this. You know what I'm saying? Because like nowadays people do these kind of crazy things all the time. Like, you go out anywhere and good people, they're like, well, people are crazy these days. Good people are on edge all over. Yeah, man, they are, so it's scary out there, guys. I hope you guys are okay. But anyways, you guys let me know. Let's get into those right now. And this is from Parade, so shout out to Parade. We're not trying to, what do they call that? Confiscation. We're showing homage, and we're going to read a couple of the stories. Not the whole ones, of course. If you guys want to read that whole story for all 50 mysteries, that's like a whole night's worth of reading. Because you guys will see they go about 3, 4, 5 paragraphs deep with every story. They cover them real good. So we're just going to, like I told you guys, we're just going to cover 2 or 3 tonight. You let me know what your favorite mystery is or what you'd like to see me cover. And I really appreciate it. But anyways, beware, these 50 strange unsolved mysteries of all time are seriously spooky. Seriously, don't read these unsolved mysteries before bed, and maybe keep the lights on. Ho ho! Scary. That's scary, Tracy. Tavia, it's about to get scary. Okay. Get ready to have the hair on the back of your neck stand up when you read this roundup of the strangest unsolved mysteries of all time. Beware, some of these unsolved mysteries contain graphic, violent content and should not be read with discretion. And should be read with discretion. And if you don't know what discretion is, you're just like me. I don't know, what does that mean? No. No, it means with care, I believe. So go ask your mommy and daddy, if it's cool. Don't come whining to me and get my channel in trouble. Because your parents don't want to parent. No. We're kidding. Well, that's a great thing about PacLives channel. We got mostly adults here, so that was a joke at the expense of the youngsters. We love you, youngsters. I'm just joking around. Anyway, Tracy says, what's seriously spooky is who's running the country. God, what about that election? 2 80-year-olds. Isn't that the scariest thing you ever heard of, Tracy? Can't we get like a 40-year-old or something? We deserve a 40-year-old, Okay, let's keep going. That's neither here nor there. Let's keep going. All right, the number one mystery we're going to check out tonight, guys, like I told you, we're going to do a few of these, is the body on Somerton Beach. The body on Somerton Beach, and that's known as the Somerton Man, if you guys don't know. Haven't heard of that one. In December 1948, a body was found on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. The body, shout out to Australia. That's that one dude. You guys ever see his channel? What's his name? Cooked Ham? Porked Ham? Spanked Ham. I think that's his name. It's Canned Ham? I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be funny. I really forgot. Pickled Ham. But anyways, he's like, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Tonight's video. It's cool. It's good. He's a good host. They claim they saw a ghost out the back, but is it real or not? I've offended people. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Anyways, in 1948, a body was found on Somerton Beach. The body was a man who was dressed impeccably in a suit with polished shoes, and his head was slumped against a wall. Authorities thought the cause of death was heart failure or more likely poisoning, but no trace of poison was found in the autopsy. There wasn't a wallet or any type of identification on the man, and all the tags from his clothing were cut out. The fingerprints that the authorities took of him were also unidentifiable. So you guys got to realize this was back in the day when they only had so many, and such a reach, like it probably had. I don't know, were computers back? I don't think computers were. Yeah, okay. Alright, anyways. They even put a photo of the body in the newspaper, and still no one could identify who the man was. 4 months later, after the body was found, detectives found a hidden pocket that was sewn on the inside of his trousers. Inside the pocket was a rolled-up piece of paper from a rare book called the Rubaiyat. The piece of paper had the words Taman Shad, on which it means it has ended. After months of looking for the exact book, authorities decided to bury the Somerton Man without identification, although a cast was taken of the bust and he was embalmed to preserve him. Yeah, so I think that's the last one on that one. Yeah, is there any more on that one? Oh, no, there's more. There's more, sorry. Excuse me. 8 months later, a man walked into the police station. He claimed that just after the body was found, he found a copy of the Rubaiyat in the back of his car that he kept parked near Somerton Beach. He thought nothing of it until he read about the search in a newspaper article. Sure enough, the book had a part of the final page that was torn, and it was matched the piece of paper that was found in the Somerton man's trousers. Inside the book were a phone number and some sort of strange code. Yeah, guys, so they believe, well, some people believe that this guy was, taken out. They don't know who he was, sadly. I wish we could get it, I think someone did almost identify him one time, but the Somerton man. But they believe he was either part of some kind of covert operation, or he was taken out, and then the person who committed the act put that little note in his pocket, and doctored all his stuff. Okay. The phone number led authorities to. Is that the right one? Yeah. The phone number, and they found a phone number on. If you remember, we just read that. The phone number led the authorities to a woman named Jessica Thompson who lived nearby. During her interview, she was very evasive and even claimed she was going to faint when she saw the bust of the Somerton man but denied knowing him. However, she said she did sell the book to a man named Alfred Boxall. Unfortunately, Alfred Boxall was still very much alive at the time and still had the copy of the Ruby Act that Jessica had sold him. The code that was found ended up being even more unhelpful as of today. It is still yet to be cracked. And yeah, I believe it was like, what, 6 numbers or something? It was like numbers and dashes or something. So that's very disturbing. But Tracy says, insane. Oh yeah, Trace. Spiritual Drip says, what's up? It's Slapped Ham. That's a funny name. I knew it was something like that. You're welcome. Who thought it wasn't? Spiritual Drip. You guys see that? Spiritual Drip was in here. Didn't know his name. It was Slapped Ham this whole time. Spiritual. No. Gotcha. I'm joking around with you, Spiritual Drip. How you doing tonight? Yeah, we got beautiful Tracy, beautiful Tavia in here. Yeah, we're going to move on to another mystery. Let's read a couple comments, so guys. I got to move. And then Tracy says, that's crazy. It is crazy. And, you know, it's weird that, what is it? Because that was, what was it, in the 60s or 70s or whatever? It's crazy, what, 60, 70 years later, you make a video of it about on YouTube, and they just shut it down, you know. And then I did, you know, you learn after a while. I finally learned that after your video gets, you know, taken down or railroaded or whatever half flagged, whatever it is, that instead of whining about it, the best thing to go do is go type in the exact same things, like, you know, your videos about Somerton Man, you know, type in the Somerton Man or Somerton Beach, unidentified, whatever, and then go find huge YouTubers like, you know, PewDiePie or Smosh or any of those guys, and then see if they ever are, you know, sometimes their videos will pop up first, you know. And then you go see those guys, and they don't get in no trouble. Their videos don't get flagged or what have you. And that's how you know there's a bias, okay? And it's just like, what are you scared of? You know, at least back in the day in the 80s, people were smart enough, because that's how you could tell. There was like that's what, I mean, it's kind of makes, you know, looks like it's true. It was true back then, but now if you look like, you know, the breakaway societies, because back in the 80s, they actually knew, okay, that after they finally stopped killing everybody. But they did a new tactic, because they didn't want to do that anymore, you know, because it's, you know, if you think about it, Americans, you know, offing other Americans doesn't really matter how you, and even aliens would look at that and be like, wow, you guys are some savage beasts, you know. So we didn't want to do that anymore, so they realized around the 80s, early 90s, that you don't discourage these people. Okay, you let them say what they got to say. These David Icks, these Alex Jones people, and they will expose themselves. Okay, and if you're paying attention, you'll see, you know, not to trust those types of people. And if you like them, I apologize. I'm not trying to hurt no one's feelings, but I'm just telling you, you know, the truth. Those are not reliable sources, but they count on people being asleep. Why do you think they're? Yeah, and I've seen so many videos. It's like young people now. They're like. They're like, oh, so-and-so is woke. This movie's woke. This video game is woke. Yeah, dude, stay woke. All right? You not like it. You can, whatever you got to say about it. It's true, okay? Just like me and who was that, Tracy or someone we were talking about, joking about one time. What do they do to people that are asleep? What does Harvey Weinstein and P. Diddy and Donald Trump and all these celebrities, what do they do when you're asleep? To you, whatever they want. So that's why I'm team stay woke. You can go over there and let them grab you by the pussy all you want. I'll see you later, but don't try to pull me into that shit. I'm not on either one of those psycho 80-year-old. You know, like I was telling Tracy a minute ago, we can do better than 80-year-olds, guys. All right, especially 80-year-olds who are sexual predators. You deserve better. And if you don't think you deserve better, that's your guy. I feel bad for you. It's sick. It's perverse. It's un-American. That's all I got to say about that. Anyways, let's keep going, guys, if anybody's still here. Because you guys know lately, the conspiracy type people who have, that's what they've wrote me into. You're a conspiracy. But we're, you know, paranormal mystery channel. But they tend to be right-wing people. Okay? So It's very upsetting. I'm not right or left, okay? I don't know what I am. I'm American. But hey, you guys tried strawberries and cream? That's good. But I get mad, okay, when these brainwash factories work on people I know. All right? It's bull. You guys deserve better. Anyways, let's keep reading stories, guys. The second one is the Wall Street bombing of 1920. During the lunch rush on Wall Street on a September day in 1920, a nondescript man driving a cart pressed an old horse forward in front of the U.S. Assay office, across from the J.P. Morgan building. He stopped his cart, got down, and immediately disappeared into the crowd, never to be seen again. Minutes later, the cart exploded into a hail of metal fragments, immediately killing more than 30 people and injuring 300. The aftermath was horrific, and the death toll rose as the day wore on, and more victims succumbed to their injuries. In the beginning, it wasn't obvious that the explosion was an intentional act of terrorism. It was viewed as simply an accident. Maintenance crews cleaned up the damage overnight, plus throwing away any physical evidence would be crucial to identifying the perpetrator. By the next morning, Wall Street was back to business. Doesn't that sound like someone from our time went back to their time, and did one of these terror attacks? Okay. I've said too much. Conspiracy theories were abundant, but the New York Police and Fire Departments, the Bureau of Investigation, the FBI's predecessor, and the U.S. Secret Service were on the job to find out the truth. Each lead was actively pursued, and the Bureau interviewed hundreds of people who had been around that area before, during and after the attack, but collected very little information. The few recollections of the driver and wagon were vague and useless. The NYPD was able to reconstruct the bomb and its fuse mechanism, but there was much debate about the nature of the explosion. Okay, still going. However, the most promising lead had actually come prior to the explosion. A mailman had found 4 crudely spelled and printed flyers in the Wall Street area from a group calling itself the American Anarchist Fighters that demanded the release of political prisoners. The letters seemed similar to ones used the previous year in 2 bombing campaigns, which were led by Italian anarchists. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but what? Who's ever heard of Italian? We're the Italian anarchists, We have spaghetti and bread, and okay. That was. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. However, the most promising lead had actually come prior to the explosion. A mailman had found 4 crudely spelled and printed flyers in the Wall Street area from a group calling itself the... I just read all that, didn't I? All right. The Bureau investigated up and down the East Coast to trace the printing of these flyers, but they were unsuccessful. Okay. Oh, I missed one. Oh, it says the letters seem similar to ones used in previous year by 2 bombing campaigns which were led by Italian anarchists. Okay. Let's keep going, guys. Based on bomb attacks over the previous decade, the Bureau initially suspected followers of the Italian anarchist Luigi Galliani had committed the crime, but the case couldn't be proved, and Galliani had already fled the country. Over the next 3 years, hot leads turned cold, and promising trails turned into dead ends. In the end, the bombers were not identified. Oh, that is crazy. Alrighty, guys, let's before we get into this last story, let's see what I was going to say. Anyways, I was just joking, guys. I'm sorry. Did I make everyone mad in chat? Spiritual drip, Tracy. Don't be mad at your boy. Alright. You're all like, Okay, right. Anyways, Tracy says, Pac, I be seeing some old whack videos on YouTube. Why they gotta mess with you? Oh, Tracy, it's crazy. I just try to tell you guys the truth, and you guys know it's my truth. So if you don't want to, you don't agree, I totally respect that. But I don't feel, excuse me, I don't feel like they should, censor me or try to take away my voice, So that's just what I was expressing a while ago, and Oh man, they've hurt me so bad, Tracy. I don't even want to. It's hard when I get like because I try to be ambitious, and I'll try to create a video, real ambitious video, just like that one video, the back rooms one. That was like the most ambitious video I've tried to create in a while, because it took a lot of work to make that. And just every time I think about it, even now I got these new programs, I can make a 2 or 3 minute video, but the ambition to just keep making a big long one like I've done in the past, it's not there, because it doesn't matter. YouTube has, obviously has their favorites, and we're obviously not one of them, and it sucks. It feels like they want me to come on live and cry like a baby or something, but you'll never catch me crying on camera. That's just something I can't do. It's because that's what they would love. They would love to see that. So it's like Bruce Lee said: when you're strong, appear weak, and when you're weak, appear strong. And that's just, Anyways, I love you, Tracy. Thank you for coming through, Spiritual Drip. I love you, too. I think Spiritual Drip's a lady. Yeah, so. And then beautiful Tracy Cordova. Let's read this last story, guys. I won't say nothing else controversial, I promise. I won't say. Just my opinion. I'm sorry. Just my opinion, guys. What had happened was, right, I had thought that I could express myself. I thought we were in America. You guys remember our old live streams? I go, when I'd say something crazy, I go, I thought this is America. I can't say what I want in America. For real, though, guys, I think Tracy is the same as me. Maybe Tavia, too. A lot of people that have come through have told us that they've had, war heroes and veterans who proudly served, So that's all the only, if you ever, I don't know what you guys thinking I got, any kind of privilege, some color privilege. But that's where I'm coming from. It's like that's what my grandpa, both grandpas, my dad, uncles, just people. I can go back generations. Because we have to keep track of it. When you're native, you have to prove your lineage when you first go get your card. Luckily, ours was gotten years ago, so I didn't really have to prove much. But you still do when you get a new baby. You have to go in there and be like, "This is our baby." He's Comanche, and blah blah blah. So, and if you guys have experienced something like that, you lost a lot of people you love just for that, just for defending the country, and then you realize, that certain, what do they say? The Vietnam War was started by an FF event. I can't even say it. It's I'm not going to say it. But, that's where my pops was at, and it messed with his mind. He had PTSD. My my grandpa, he was deaf. He was like 19 or 20. He, what was it? He fell off a truck, and then a grenade went off just near him. So, like, he falls off a truck, and then a grenade goes off. This is my grandpa, Otto. So since he was like 19 or 20 years old, and he's deaf the rest of his whole life because of that. And, you guys know certain people turn out great and certain people don't. My grandpa Simmons, he was a war hero. He saved people's lives. We helped create a language that couldn't be cracked. That's, the code talkers. If you guys don't, he was one of those. My grandpa Simmons was a code, and he comes home and he gets treated like shit by the people he was fighting for. Because he, was whatever. Full-blooded Comanche. So he drank himself to death. And he was miserable until he passed. And it was sad, dude. That's not how heroes should go out, man. That's not how heroes should go out. You're only as good as your weakest, your weakest link. And you're only as strong as your weakest, soldier. So that's on America. They should make sure all these old vets are taken care of. I know my dad doesn't have any teeth. He went and was a war hero, did secret missions okay, risked his life, all right, and he can't even eat anymore because he doesn't have teeth, Tracy. You believe that? And I told him, I said, Pops, go down to, because there's a town over, there's a dentist that sent him like a flyer and was like, come in, we'll help you with your horrible teeth situation. And I said, Pops, go in there. You know, I want him to, because the hardest part's just going to be getting him in there, you know, to talk, to do the consultation. They're going to see him. They're like, oh my God. But I want him to get in there, and then I told him we'll work, you know, we'll try to figure out a way to pay for it, you know, and even though none of us have money to pay for it, we're hoping, like, you know, we heard somewhere rumblings of, like, Veterans VA was supposed to help with dental or something, so. Anyways, it would be really nice to see my war hero dad be able to eat again, you know? He's literally got to, like, eat applesauce now just because he doesn't have any, you know, and that's from Agent Orange. He was over there. And Tracy and who was that? Somebody else we talked about in here. Maybe I forget exactly. But what were we talking about? Maybe it was a long time ago. But the Agent Orange is horrible because that's what they got back then because it was a, you know, chemical. But the worst job I read that you could have back in the old any military, you know, any war, was they have 2 or 3 people. I don't know if they have a team of it, but my dad was one of them, and it's where they burn all the shit. Like they have to burn the shit. They said the chemicals they use for that and the way they used to do it back when my pops was in there, that is just so dangerous. And you could, you know, and my pops went and filled out for Agent Orange, and they're like, they wanted him to be on death's door now before they would give him any money for help him or anything, and he was like, no, I don't have cancer. No, I don't, you know. And they're like, well, come back to us when you have that, and we'll pay. It was like just disrespectful, Tracy and Tavia and everybody, you know, because this guy's a war hero. He risked it all. It's before he even had us, you know. If something would have happened to my dad, there would have never been me or my brothers or none of it, you know. Me, my daughter, my brother's kids, you know, kid. None of us. And it makes you think. Okay, guys. I was smoking some of that sticky icky, so I was thinking, you know, deep thoughts. Deep thoughts with PacLives. All right, guys. All right, guys, the last one we're going to do is the disturbing death of Eliza Lamb. And I don't know if you guys have heard of that one. They had security footage of her, and she was, like, running from, looked like something or someone. And in the security footage, she, like, looks out you guys remember, she looks out the door of the elevator real quick, and then she gets back in like she's scared, like she saw something. And then the next thing you know, the video goes on, and it's about 30 seconds to a minute more. And she makes a run for it, and that's the last time she's ever seen on camera alive. They find her later. But anyways, let's read about that one. On January 26, 2013, man, 2013, you believe that? That was a year after my wife passed away. Wow, man, I can't believe it's been 12 years almost, you know. Sad. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. All those taken too soon. Anyways, on January 26, 2013, 21-year-old Canadian tourist Eliza Lamb checked into the Cecil Hotel. You guys remember the Cecil Hotel? That's like allegedly haunted. That's what, you guys ever seen that video, that movie with John Cusack called 1409 or something, 1403 or something? And it's the numbers of a hotel room. What is it, 1409 or 1403? But anyways, that's allegedly based off the Cecil Hotel. And in the movie, they call it the Stanley Hotel. I forget. Maybe there is a real Stanley Hotel. Am I forgetting? Anyways, I think that's based on the Cecil Hotel. Eliza Lamb checked into the Cecil Hotel, downtown Los Angeles, when she never checked out on February 1st, nor had any contact with her parents. The Los Angeles Police Department was contacted. On February 19th, 18 days from the last time when she was seen, Lamb's body was found floating and naked in a water tank on the roof of the Cecil Hotel. Her body was found due to hotel guests complaining about the hotel's water pressure. One couple even reported that the water was coming out black and had a bad taste. Do you guys remember, like, was it that year or the same year or a year or two later, or it might have been before that? It was before Eliza Lamb. There was a movie called Dark Water, and that's what it was. They're like, why is their water all weird? And then, like, in that, when they find out there's like a dead body in there, in their water thing or something in the movie. Hopefully I'm recalling that correctly. I don't want to lead you guys, astray. Anyways, moving on. According to the hotel's manager, when Lamb first checked in, she was staying in a hostel-style room with other travelers, but later moved to her own private room due to complaints from her roommates about odd behavior. The last time she was seen on the surveillance footage on the hotel's elevator. The footage showed Lamb acting strange and peculiar, almost like she was hiding. Okay, so that's one part I've never heard about this story before, is that she was first in a room with a bunch of other travelers. Well, how come nobody suspected none of the other travelers? Wouldn't that be the most obvious? Okay, she was a pretty girl. Okay, there could have been a dude there trying to stalk her, and that's what she was looking. Who knows? I'm just saying. If that was your daughter or sister or cousin or something, you wouldn't want them to just be like, well, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the last time she was seen on the surveillance footage on the hotel's elevator, the footage showed she was acting strange. She also moved her hands in strange ways, and it looked like she was talking to someone who was out of the security camera's view. After her body and the surveillance footage were found, it suggested she was on some sort of hallucinogenic drug, even though Lamb took 4 different medications for her bipolar disorder. Toxicology studies reported that there were no traces of any drugs or alcohol that could have contributed to her death. There was also a theory that she was murdered and died as a result of drowning, but the autopsy report showed no evidence of trauma. To this day, no one knows how she was able to access the roof or climb into the water tank and shut the 20-pound lid. Okay, that is nuts. I didn't know that they had never found any trauma to her body. I thought, I don't know what I thought, but. Alright guys, that's all I got for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't take my opinions for gospel. I don't want no one to get offended or hurt. Or I like listening and reading your opinions, but you guys know that whatever I said, however I said it, has offended millions. I'm Oklahoma's bad guy. That's what they call me. You know what? I am a bad guy. What's that one? What is that? Al Pacino, Scarface. He goes, yeah, I'm the bad guy. You need people like me. No, he goes, you need people like me. The guy you can point to and say, look, there's the bad guy. But what does he say? He goes, but you're not good. You're just good at lying, good at faking it. You know what I'm saying? Not you guys. You're all good here. But I'm saying the haters. You're not good. You're just good at pretending. Okay, I love you guys. We'll see you next time, okay? Please check me out on all the Tick Tizzle and the Kish Izzle. Go send me some money. We'll keep this party going, ladies. See you later. I love you guys. We'll do it again soon, hopefully. Let me know on the internet. If the internet ran okay for you guys. Yeah, because that's kind of what, like I told you guys, I've got a new setup. So, anyways, yeah. And Tracy, speaking of videos, hopefully you like them. They're not all gold. They can't all be winners. But I was trying out to remember how to animate and do, well, not really animate, but do certain animation effects in this new program I got. It's a new version of an old program I used to have. So, anyways, I found that, what was it, a Selena Gomez lookalike? I found that like a week ago, and then I got the new program, and I was like, ooh. So I'm going to try to do that with all the new videos, use the new programs on them. Hopefully you guys like them. You guys are going to know probably the music. I got 3 instrumentals I can use. If you don't know, I used to have 6 to 8 different instrumentals I used to use on different videos, and every time I take them over to TikTok, they would give them credit to someone else, but they're just sampled. I use a little sample of whatever, and then made it my own. Either slowed it down or sped it up, or mixed and chopped it, or stretched it out, or something like that. But I made it my own, so it's very frustrating when you go on TikTok. You put your own instrumental down, and they're like, composed by so and so, and it's not you. Okay, at least YouTube has the as long as effed up as they've been to us, it haven't been as bad as TikTok. You go ask anybody, everybody will tell you TikTok is garbo compared to YouTube. TikTok is just, oh man, I can't even like stand up. Like if I was in my boxer shorts right now, I couldn't even stand up and show you guys my bulge on TikTok. They'd be like, flagged, taken off YouTube. I could do that on YouTube right now, but I got too big of a boner. You know, I just got a massive rager. I can't show that. You know, that's going to get me flagged. Marshmallow's going to be watching that, slobbering and shit, you know, slobbing all over. He's like, oh, damn. And then after he gets done doing whatever he does. Okay. After he gets done doing whatever he does, he's going to report me and get this channel, try to get the channel taken down like he's done 100 times before. Because he knows he can't hurt me in real life. Okay? So he's out living in fantasies. And then J-Lo's there. Ugh. All right, guys, we had fun tonight. I hope you got a sense of humor. You're going to laugh with me. Hopefully you don't get butthurt over poor old PacLives comments. I'm trying to bring you new content. Please enjoy it. If not, let me know, Trace, everyone. You can tell me. It's cool. Hopefully you don't cuss at me. That's all I ask. Please don't cuss at me. You know? I lose. There's like a switch pushed in my head when someone... Because you can say whatever you want, however you want at me. But when you cuss at me, dude, you know, am I the only one? Tracy, Tavia, Spiritual Drip, anyone else like that? Whatever, man. Good night, man. Good night, guys. I love you. I'm just joking around. We had a lot of fun. I hope you have a great night. And we love you, Tracy. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you, Spiritual Drip, Tavia, anyone else who may be out there, the fans, the haters, the lovers, the haters, everyone. I'll see you later.